Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place.
Hey, welcome to the Quarter Report, brought to you by the Red Night Special, and this is Word on the Net. I'm your boy, Town Biz, and thank you for tuning in. Your first time to the channel, please hit that like, subscribe button. Let's run this content up. Anyway, check this out, man. We got your boy Slim Thugger, right? And he going in on Lil Baby. And I must say, man, with this new generation of hip-hop and his dress codes and everything that's going on, these dudes look like they sweet as bear meat. I got to say that, man. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how much money you got. It don't change the fact that somebody played with your back, bro. That's all I want to say. You can have $1 billion. If somebody been playing with your manhood, bro, you're no longer a man. You feel me? You done lost your man card, bro. Ain't that what Terrence Howard said? You done lost your man card when you let somebody play with it. Anyway, right? I don't know if somebody played with the man card. All I can say, he's dressing a little too zesty. You did. I'm talking about he got the Hoochie Daddy shorts on, the pink belt. You know what I mean? He even walk with a little zestiness in him. You did go say, I don't know what's going on. I guess when you get some money, you start hanging around these rich white folks, certain things happen. You know, I don't know. I ain't finna say nothing that's gonna get me in trouble, you dig? But we gonna get to this content and we gonna talk about this, man. Come on, let's get over here to the content, man. Y'all follow me. You dig? Now we over here. This is crazy, man. Let's get to the content.
Do you see what your new rappers, how they got y'all dressing? What happened to white tees and normal? You girl.
Y'all, Lil Baby just went off on Jada Waiter after she dropped hints confirming their very rumor that he's been running from, his alleged DL affair. And for the first time, people understood why they really broke up. What was once dismissed as rumors and whispers is now exploding into full-on gay for pay accusations. And the timing couldn't be worse, because the moment that Jada cracked that door wide open, Slim Thugger kicked it wide with receipts that Lil Baby can't seem to escape.
I don't know if any of y'all remember who Slim Thug is, man, but Slim Thug was once a real powerful name in the music industry. He was dropping hits. He was doing his thing back in the day. Now he's a rich king sitting out in Texas somewhere doing his thing, man. So shout out to Slim Thugger, man. And let's get back to it, man.
In case you missed it, Slim Thug recently slipped up when he exposed the one secret Lil Baby has allegedly kept to himself for years. He is called Lil Baby a sugar baby, and Lil Baby hasn't been able to come back from these claims. So even with these whispers about him being on the DL, Slim didn't even entertain that lane. He straight up threw the bomb when he said the Lil Baby isn't the man people think he is, and tied it all back to his supposed secret with music mogul Mike Rubin.
What do you think of the James Harden memes?
Like what? Like I don't play certain type games.
Yeah.
So even when I see certain it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I just say it.
See the comedy.
Push up on me with it. You know what I'm saying? See how that go.
You can literally catch the exact second Slim let it.
But you see, and that's kind of funny, right? And I hear what he's saying. When people be saying that funny stuff about you, you be like, yeah, okay, come play with me and see what it's gonna be. But just to put some, you know what I'm saying, to put some light on the situation, though, bro. You dudes are looking zesty, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not going front. It started with the young thug, you know what I'm saying, wearing the dresses, coming out in the blouses and all that. And everybody like, oh, you hate. I'm like, how am I hating when you really look at the game? They changing how a man's supposed to act and look, man. How am I wrong for? I'm looking at straight supposed to be dominant black males and dominant males, period. And what I'm seeing is so-called dominant black males claim to be street that's wearing female clothing, dressings. You know what I'm saying? Just like that little cartoon Boondocks. Everything that they show in the Boondocks is what's going on right now to this day, man. In this industry is so, man, this industry is crazy, bro. This industry is crazy. You would think that, but it kind of makes sense. You get these multi-millions of dollars. These people who playing with these multi-million dollars want to play with another. They want to play with you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They want to play with you like your little puppy. Come here, man. Let me rub on you. Let me rub you down. You know what I mean? But this is the game. See, this is so people would sell their soul for money, man. People would do the craziest thing for some dope. I want to ask my viewers and people who watching it. If you was in a situation where somebody came up to you and offered you $50 million, right, for a record deal or whatever the case it was, but part of the record deal is you going and laying in their bed with them for the whole night. And I'm talking about not just laying there, you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to bust that back open, you know what I'm talking about? You're trying to play with your man card, you know what I'm talking about? Would you accept that $50 million? Now, I know a lot of women were going to say, yeah, because they done had dudes play with their backside already. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no man card. Their card is just there. You did? But I'm talking about the straight male that consider themselves dominant males. Will you put yourself in a situation where you had to make a decision like that? Let's go.
Lie about Lil Baby, and whether it came out by accident or not, he looked way too satisfied with himself for finally airing it out.
We ain't going for it. We staying in our era. We going with the G. We work on cars. You know what I'm saying? We change all. We do all the real man shit. You feel me? We ain't influenced by nothing else.
Of course, Lil Baby could not sit quiet about it. Lately, he's been lashing out nonstop, raging about folks who don't know how to stay in their lane.
But see, the problem it is, though, right, Lil Baby, is, dude, you came out slapping, bro. I ain't gonna front. You one of the goats in this thing, bro. But you giving these kids that looking up to you the wrong impression. Y'all making these youngsters that need guidance look up to you rapping, thinking it's cool to dress like a female. Y'all seen the two dudes from, I don't know where they were from, Chicago or Atlanta. I don't know where they was dressed in the female skirts. Two youngsters out there in the female skirt. I'm like, yo, what is this world coming to, bro? What this is this how bad people want to be famous, that they willing to just sell their soul and do anything to be famous? I don't know. See, me, I'm not in this thing to be famous. I'm not in this thing to get rich. I'm doing this because I like to talk my stuff. I like to speak my truth. You did? But when I be seeing stuff like this, and if I'm not mistaken, the guy he's sitting next to, if I'm not mistaken, he's a zest monster as well. He done came out talking about, I think that's the same guy allegedly that said he did sleep with another dude a couple of times before. So I'm saying, though, birds and feathers flock together, man. And y'all got to pay attention to all these birds and how they flocking. They got pigeons. They got what's the other, blue jays? They got hummingbirds. You know what I'm saying? But the ones I'm paying attention to is these pigeons, these stool pigeons, these dudes that you see everywhere that's flocking like they all that, but they just vultures. It's like vultures and penguins. You do what I'm saying? It's like they eating the game up, they chewing it up, they making the game different, and it's just weird now, man. Let's get back to this content.
And warning that if he ever crosses paths with Slim Thug, it won't end with just words. And now the big question floating around is, has Lil Baby been faking his whole tough guy street persona this whole time? The whole time? Because if what Slim Thug is saying is true, then Mike Rubin might be the hidden reason for Lil Baby's rise and those sugar daddy allegations.
And I will say, and it's crazy I'm watching this now because a couple of months ago, I posted up on my Facebook, and I was like, man, women ain't the only one that got sugar daddies out here. A lot of these street dudes got sugar daddies too. When you see these dudes buying these clean cars and putting all these rims and trying to look good for the people, and then they mess up, they recop money or whatever they need to do, they go to their sugar daddy. He might come over and tell them, come on over here, man. Come over here and sit down and have a talk with me. You go over there, yeah, man, so you need a loan, huh? Come here, let's go have a talk in my room where it's a lot more peaceful, relaxing, and quiet. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, these dudes got sugar daddy. Please believe that.
That have been circling for years suddenly do not sound far-fetched.
Don't be making fun of me when I'm drunk. You're going to get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
What's up, Mike? Get up off me, dog.
Did y'all see how Meek Mills was looking? He was looking like this. He wasn't even really smiling. He was just like, drunken hugs. You know what that drunken hug mean? That might be a code for something else. Everybody gonna get some drunken hug tonight. You know what I'm talking about? From the drunken hug, yeah, just drunken love. That thuggin' love. You try to get that boy that thug love. You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh, that drunken love, a little bit of thuggin' love. Let's go.
Also, everybody knows Lil Baby has always been the type to ignore internet gossip, but Slim's video clearly struck a nerve. The moment it hit the timeline, it felt like Lil Baby's worst fears were being dragged out right in the open, and then judging from his reaction, He clearly lost it. And if hit dogs really do holler, then he got some splaining to do. But he very quickly jumped on his IG stories and dropped a cryptic post. Dudes love talking until ish gets real. Then what? Within minutes, it was deleted like it never existed. But of course,
I think these youngsters, when they start getting the bag right, they like, these youngsters don't look at OGs in a respectable way no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, he an old head. Anybody listen to him? But do y'all understand y'all way of living ain't working? Do y'all understand the way y'all handling business ain't working? When y'all mamas, when it's a mother out here that lose every last one of her boys. It's a woman in Oakland that lost 3 or 4 of her boys. 3 boys. I think she had 3 boys. One of them got knocked down. The next, a little while later, a couple of weeks later, the other one got knocked down, and then they caught the little boy coming out and knocked him down. You dig what I'm saying? So obviously, the way you youngsters is thinking is not working. Y'all not talking to the OG, trying to get some game, trying to lace you, trying to give you direction. Y'all want to make your own path, and your own path ain't working for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. So these youngsters are getting to the bag way much better these days than it was back in our days. And what I mean by that is these youngsters out here, they into white collar crimes. They doing this music thing. They doing all kinds of stuff with a big bad rap. Hip hop didn't have money in it. Like, never really had money in it like this. You know what I'm saying? Not until Suge came and put his whammy on it, and next thing you know, people start getting some money, some real money. So people got to give Suge Knight his props. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a story for another time. We sitting here talking about Lil Baby, and if he is Rubin's Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to you, but I don't want you to put no hit squad on me. I don't want to walk out my door and have to see a bunch of babies in Pampers talking about, we work for Little Baby and you talking about him. No, we don't want none of that. I don't want a bunch of infants chasing me down with choppers, man. Let's not go there. Let's go.
blogs and gossip pages had already grabbed screenshots and started blasting them all over socials. And while this post didn't say names, it said enough to have everybody whispering. Some folks were confused about who the message was aimed at, but anybody paying attention already knew, because the timing lined up too perfectly. All fingers pointed straight to Slim Thug. And once people made that connection, fans started digging. They climbed through Slim's feed, Lil Baby's feed, every video and comment looking for shade or hidden clues, and that's when the pieces clicked. Slim had been sending shots for a while, and now Lil Baby was finally showing he had enough. But in case you were wondering why Slim Thug called out Lil Baby in the first place, well, it all started not too long ago during a performance where Lil Baby wore an outfit that left not so much to be desired.
Come on, man. Look at this, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. In what world, in what brain, y'all tell me that this look like this is hip hop? That this look hip hop is to y'all? In what world do y'all please, I'm so lost for words looking at this picture right here. It looked like a skirt, but it's actually some shorts. Now, in fact, that's a whole different outfit then. Is that a skirt? I don't know if that's a skirt or some shorts, but I know he had another outfit on where he was wearing a white beater and some cutoff shorts and a pink belt, and he had tattoos on him or something that I seen somewhere. But this is weird right here, man. This is what I mean. These dudes have been around all these multi-million-dollar people. I don't know who told them as a stylist, yeah, wear this on stage. You gonna kill him when you walk up there. You gonna give him something to talk about. Your name gonna ring bell. Yeah, you definitely gonna give him something to talk about. You gonna talk about how sweet meat you look. Like, I don't understand why you dudes be selling y'all soul, man. Y'all got the bag, man. Push your own line. Quit letting these people deter how you look and how you present yourself and your images you put out there. This is crazy. Let's go.
On stage rocking a small tank top, shorts, and a pink belt showing off his thighs. Not the Hoochie Daddy shorts. And for Slim, that looked sealed the deal. To him, it was giving the confirmation he needed that Lil Baby was playing into the role of a sugar baby for powerful men like Mike Rubin. If you haven't seen it, the clip shows Lil Baby styled up in the fit, and instantly people online started laughing, speculating, and even flat out claiming Lil Baby is gay. Even his walking style was a little bit different.
Look what he got on, y'all. Tattoos. Look how he walked out there, all sweet.
And that was all that Slim needed, because the next thing he had to do was jump online and unload on Lil Baby, saying this.
So y'all don't think it's a narrative being pushed on our culture to turn all our black men into these sweet meat these sugar babies? You know what I'm saying? These sugar babies, that's what they turn them to, man. That's what the industry is. They trying to man, they trying to push a narrative on it. They're trying to show the world that they can turn anybody into this sweetmeat for money. See, money will make people sell their soul, and y'all can clearly see this. You dig what I'm saying? Now, the only person that I haven't seen really sell their soul like that, or even pushing online like that, or even dressing like that, was the baby. And you see what happened when he came out and saying his little, you know what I'm saying, the homophobic words he said. They shut his career down. Like, he barely survived. I'm not saying he ain't still getting no bag. He probably, most likely, you getting a bag, you gonna stay eating. But the thing about it is, he wasn't as big as he once was. You know what I'm saying? Because he was being homophobic. Now you see Lil Baby embracing the gayness. So he's out there like walking around. Next time, baby, he's gonna be doing the nay out there and all kind of stuff in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, I'm telling you, man, you better watch your kids. You don't want your kids getting into this hip hop, because especially if you're a father and you got a strong son that's out here that's really representing, he rapping, and he get in his industry. If you ain't there to coach him through this industry, please believe these white folks gonna get him. I'm not racist when I say white folks. I'm just speaking on the industry. But they gonna get him, and they gonna turn him into this. A little Nas X or something, right? A little Nas X came in the game, a Fruit Loop. No disrespect to you, bro, but he came in the game sweet. You know what I mean? So, and all these other rappers that's starting to try to look like him, dress like him, and act like him. That's what it seemed like to me. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
This is exactly what was wrong with the hip hop today. Slim's face said it all. You could see the disappointment and the disgust on his little tight facial expression and locked eyebrows. He went straight at Lil Baby, calling him a girl for dressing that way, and you could practically feel his frustration oozing through the screen. But not only that, Slim didn't just keep it at Lil Baby. He threw Young Jock into the fire too. Not Mimi in the Trap is going down. Also dragging him for an outfit he wore recently, a crop sweater that showed off his little mid-drip stomach while he was still performing.
Look how they got y'all dressing.
Right. Look how he walked out there all sweet.
Do you see what your new rappers, how they got y'all dressing?
And you can't say it's hate that he hating on these youngsters, because Slim Thugger life is straight, man. He ain't worried about that. He looking at the art, the craft, this hip hop thing that we started, man, and we pushing it. And it seems like all these other races that got their hands in that's eating off of us is making us look, dress, and act a certain way when it comes to some lane that we created. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go.
What happened to white tees and no? You girls. You is all the way girls, man. Following y'all favorite rappers. D-Ray Davis, my brother. Yeah, man. Hey, man. That shit wasn't the flu in my era. I'ma just say that, man. You know what I'm saying? You better put your towel tee on or something, man. Before y'all be doing all this other. Y'all turning all the way to girls. What the like, even the girls know it. The girls look at y'all like girls.
And he ain't lying. The girls do look at these dudes like they females, man, like at the end of the day. But the problem is they know these girly dudes got the bag. You know what I'm saying? They know these dudes got money, so they accept the fact that this dude like his little man, he like his man Card Playwood. They accept the fact that he go both ways because he got that bag to finance their lifestyle that they want to live. And that's what's going on again. That's why when you see these bad actors and these bad women running around with these dudes that you know that's sweet meat and everything, you be like, yo, and then when they break off something, they come out talking about, yeah, that's why we broke up, because I went in his phone and I seen male porn in his phone. I seen man on man porn on his phone, and he was, look, yeah, but y'all know what these dudes is. As long as he paying for your likes, buying you the jewelry and the cars that you want, y'all keep it a hush. As soon as they break up with you cats, y'all business get aired out there. You know what I mean? What you got to understand, man, it's a small world. As big as many rappers it is, as big as this industry is, it's still a small world. Let's go.
Weird, bro. Like, I don't know what happened. It's crazy.
Yeah, them crop tops ain't for everybody, but Slim was super clear that none of this was just about fashion choices. He treated it like evidence that Lil Baby was hiding a bigger truth. Remember, by now, fans were also doing some digging of their own, and the very next thing they uncovered made Slim look like he wasn't reaching at all, and instantly dragged people back to that one controversial photo where Mike Rubin and Lil Baby looked practically glued to.
You remember when 50 Cent was talking about this? Rappers getting a hug from the back. Look at that look. You see how close his bottom, his penis area is up on Lil Baby's back? Have you ever had one of your homeboys run up on you or hug you from the back like, yo, what's up, bro? Whoa, whoa, whoa. For one thing, it's an uncomfortable feeling for another man to hug you from the back anyway. You dig what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what you doing, bro? Get up off me on all that touching and grabbing like that. But even when your homeboys grab you from the back, they don't grab you to the point where they middle section is pressed all against your back. Look at this, man. Look at Lil Baby. Look at the look on his face. Look at Rubin, like, I got me another one. That's the look. Like, I got another one, allegedly. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
To each other. The body language, the smiles, the angles suddenly didn't feel like just another group shot. It looked like they were low-key going in public. Just that people didn't really...
Let me ask y'all another question. I know y'all gonna be saying, man, let the video play, but check this. Let me ask y'all a question, right? When you become famous and you start getting money through this music industry, right? Ain't it weird how when a black kid start really making noise in this music industry and bringing in some big numbers and things like that, how they all of a sudden start hanging out with these specific white men, being seen everywhere, going to every party with them. All like, if you a rapper, you got all this stuff going on, you got your own hood, your family, and everything else. Why you don't spend that kind of time with your family or pushing something to promote your family or things like that? Why you always around these rich white folks doing these white parties and all this old stuff with it? It ain't gonna do nothing for your career for you to be there. Just a couple of pictures on the internet showing you was there. You know what I'm saying? So what the point of being around all this fugaziness? Let's go.
Read too much into it until Slim Thug called him out. And then right on cue, 50 Cent also entered the chat when he reposted it with a caption basically saying, "What the F is going on here?" And that one move from 50 hit the internet on fire. And within hours, timelines were flooded with theories, jokes, and receipts that people had kept tucked away. Until now, that is. And fans started digging deeper, pulling out screenshots and whispers that had been floating around for years, and claims that Mike Rubin and Lil Baby's bond didn't stop at music studios, but allegedly spilled over into something a lot more personal. Then just like that, the one single picture became Exhibit A, and from moment on, every single selfie with Rubin wasn't just another flick, it was treated as possible evidence, because fans were convinced.
But if you paid attention, I don't know if that was all the same party, because I think that was Machine Gun Kelly that had the little turquoise hair or whatever, and if you look at that other picture with when Rubin was hugging Lil Baby, that boy Machine Gun Kelly was hugging him from a different way too. There was like a sandwich. It was like an Oreo cookie. And you know what I'm saying? Except for the cream wasn't in the middle. The cream was on the outside and the chocolate was in the middle. Y'all pay attention to that? It was like Oreo cookie, like, but instead of it being two blacks and the cream on the middle, it was two creams and the black in the middle. Y'all peep that, right? Let's get back to the content.
They had finally cracked the code. But before we start unpacking all these so-called receipts, let's talk about who this alleged sugar daddy really is, because Michael Rubin isn't just some background figure in the music industry. He's a heavyweight and a man with enough reach to make or break careers. Sure, most people recognize Rubin as a music exec, but his name has also popped up in some of the industry's shadiest circles, especially ones involving men in powerful positions. He's been connected to those infamous white parties, the same kind Diddy has known for hosting, and that alone should tell you more than you need to know as far as influence goes. But lately, though, the whispers have narrowed down to one focus: his closeness with Lil Baby. Whether his photos or his all-white mansion parties, private jet trips, or courtside seats at NBA games, Rubin has always seemed to be right there. Sometimes in the background, sometimes right there next to Lil Baby, but he's always present like a shadow, hanging over Lil Baby's every move. And it doesn't just stop at luxury perks or billionaire connections. A lot of fans are convinced that Rubin has been quietly shaping Lil Baby's image too. They point to the strange shifts in how Lil Baby carries himself these past few months, and let's just say it's not random. It's given Rubin's influence. And this is exactly why Slim Thug's allegations took the internet by storm, because according to him, all of these little clues don't just make Lil Baby look suspicious. They rip the mask off of exposing who's really calling the shots in his career. While still, at that performance clip Slim Thug went off about, the short shorts weren't the only thing people zoomed in on. Fans quickly spotted that massive new tattoo running down Lil Baby's legs, the one on each thigh reading 90s Baby. Now, on most rappers, a tattoo like that wouldn't raise that many eyebrows, but on Lil Baby, it set off alarms, and before you ask why, because for years he built his image around not having a single tattoo on his body. He even explained in an interview that he stayed away from ink because he felt tattoos would make him look ghetto and hurt his image once he'd moved past rap into other ventures.
Business, so what's the reason why you made sure in the world of tattoos you don't have any?
That was really my only reason, like, from being younger, like, I don't want no tattoo. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
With my money, and I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though, like, I'm almost a thug, I was a thug.
Yeah.
I don't want to be no thug. You feel me? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Damn. Everybody like this now, then.
Yeah, they not even feeling
So why would someone so firm on that stance suddenly flip and ink up both thighs with 90s baby and even add another tattoo down his left leg that reads CBFW? The contradiction was too loud to ignore, and once that clip started circulating, fans were screen grabbing every frame and posting it with wild captions. The theory spiraled with people calling tattoos some kind of branding, a literal mark tying him to Mike Rubin as his boy toy. Allegedly. And that's when Lil Baby realized silence wasn't going to cut it anymore. He tried to get ahead of the rumors by instead shutting them down. His words only poured gas on the fire though, because suddenly people weren't just talking about the tattoos anymore. They were digging into his love life, and what they uncovered made the ink look like child's play. At first, Lil Baby tried to brush off the Rubin talk altogether. He even downplayed the viral photo of him and Mike, claiming there was nothing suspicious about it, saying it was just a little play wrestling moment that happened to be caught on camera.
Even the whole Mike Rubin thing.
I was just gonna say.
Like,
I was just about to say.
bruh, I don't play with period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, on no funny weird. You feel me? I'm dapping Kuzman up.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike's happy to see me. He run up on me.
Right.
I got 10 other pictures. We down there. We start down there. Bam, I'm telling his ass, Mike, I'll slam your neck. I'll break your neck in this. But we play like that.
But look at this picture. Look at his waist area and how it's on right on. Now, who else hugged somebody like that we seen not too long ago? Didn't we see Will Smith's son hug that one singer, Justin Bieber, hugged him from the back and humped his back like that? You don't hug another man from the back like that. And then listen to Lil Baby explain what's going on.
They white, so they don't really understand how I understand. Like, even when the picture came out before it went viral, I told them, like, Mike, I can't have pictures like that.
Right.
Even though me and you playing, bro, it's 100 people at the party. We in the middle of 100 people. There's nothing weird we could be doing in a party.
Right.
He doubled down on Lil Yachty's podcast, wherein they had security footage that would prove his side of the story.
Said, right.
But here's the
right. You'll see.
thing. He never released it, and online, that only made him look worse, because to the internet, saying you have receipts but never showing them might as well be admitting guilt.
I literally, when that picture came out, I literally made Mike Rubin go to his security camera in his house, go to the footage and get the whole time, but I just never, like, I ain't even gonna post that shit on the internet.
Right.
I'm just like,
Right.
you feel me? Like,
And that's when his own baby mama, Jada Waiter, stepped in and dropped a bomb. She revealed the real reason she left Lil Baby, saying she tried to hold the relationship together, but finally walked when he showed her his true color. She didn't stop and go into heavy detail, but the way she phrased it gave people more than enough to connect some dots. Her words sparked a whole new wave of speculation from true color she was hinting at wasn't about cheating with women. It was about Lil Baby's alleged ties to Mike Rubin, allegedly.
When somebody show you who they are, really, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you have to believe them.
But y'all, it got even worse, because the whispers only grew louder when the Instagram model Teresa LaVea sat down for a podcast and described one night she once had with Lil Baby. According to her, the way he moved during their hookup left her convinced he might not be straight, hinting he was more on the bi side.
With Lil Baby's.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
He gave me $40,000. So Lil Baby had slid in my DMs. He asked me if I was in Miami, and I told him, yeah. He texted me, told me to pull up, and the first time we linked up was weird. He kept touching me. Like, I get it, you know, you got a lot of people, that's just a setup situation. But it was just weird, because he kept touching me and he was just rubbing me. Like, it got to the point where I felt like, okay, is he like trying to figure out if I'm a woman or a man? And then after that, it was fascinating, honestly.
She didn't have to spell it out. The little hints she dropped were enough to spark another round of conversations. But what came after this is what really pushed the sugar daddy whispers into full-blown suspicion. Because there's where it gets tricky. People have always raised eyebrows at Mike Rubin's role in Lil Baby's life. But what tipped them over the edge was Lil Baby's own gambling story. Yes, y'all, he admitted to blowing over $9 million. Ooh, $9 million in just 2 days on a gambling binge. And when it looked like things were spiraling, guess who stepped in to handle it? Mike Rubin. According to Lil Baby, Mike personally called casinos and had him banned so he couldn't place bets anymore. On the surface, it sounded like a caring friend stepping up, but after
I'm not gonna sit there and say, cause you know that dude got a lot of power, a lot of pull. You know what I'm saying? So if he don't want to see Lil Baby go broke, maybe he did step in to be like, hey man, do this, woo woo. But at the end of the day, also though, that is that do look kind of funny that you would step. But I don't see that as nothing bad though. So let's get back to the content.
After all, the other receipts started circulating and looked like a lot less like concern and more like a boss protecting his investment, making sure Lil Baby didn't ruin the image he'd built for him. But fans immediately started comparing it to the notorious Diddy Clive Davis dynamic. And if you know, you know, because that situation spiraled, and you'd understand why people now think Lil Baby could be walking the same dangerous path.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, y'all, man. Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so y'all can see that full little interview, man, or whatever the case it may be, man. Like, that's crazy, man. So tell me what y'all thinking, though, man. Like, at the end of the day, do y'all really think, y'all really think Lil Baby really getting down like that on that kind of time, man? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments section. Leave a comment in the comment section. We're going to get back to this. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Quarter Report. Brought to you by the Red Night Special. This is Town Biz. And hit that like, subscribe button on your way up out of here. All right, I'll see you on the next one.
Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place.